How would I explain what playing Ninja Gaiden 4 is like? Well, the closest example I can think of is, what if you take Devil May Cry, but play it at 2 times speed, and then by complete and utter happenstance manage to be on 10 tabs of acid at the same time? What would the result be? That you're dead from an overdose, but playing Ninja Gaiden 4 has gotta be somewhere close to it. Brought to you in part by the studio responsible for, oh dear god, these games and absolutely nothing else. You play as Yakumo, just Yakumo, on his mission to destroy the Blue Eyes Dark Dragon and fend off the hordes of tier 3 subs trying to get with his big titty Dami Mami Goth streamer GF Sayori. Does this even qualify as goth? I don't know. On this insane journey you will encounter many, and I mean many enemies with just as much fan service, and I am definitely not talking about the actual 5 seconds that Ayane is in this game. Meanwhile, you will learn a lot of unique skills and combos to obliterate countless hordes of enemies with one of the most well-defined and satisfying combat systems you'll ever play. Whoa. You then use it to conquer a story that is so genuinely unhinged, I cannot tell you a single thing about it except for the fact that you fight a giant interdimensional space shark, and it was one of the greatest moments of my life. So please, dear viewers, I hope you'll come with me and enjoy the absolute cracked out intensity of Ninja Gaiden 4. We will get to the emo twink needing to defeat his evil alter ego, John Gaiden 4, to save the world in a minute. Because in order to understand the batshit insane schizo writing, you need to first understand the batshit insane schizo combat. And if you think I am complaining, I can assure you I am not. Because who gives a damn if the story is in Silent Hill 2? When you can do this. See, Ninja Gaiden 4 is an entry into a genre known as hack and slash, where you, Hatsune Miku, will be slashing the enemy into fucking non-existence. The developers of this game decided they didn't just want to recreate another Ninja Gaiden game, instead they wanted to honor the series and bring it back with a bang, so they snorted 10 lines of the good stuff and created a combat system that is so unhinged I can't even tell what is happening on the screen anymore. See, I believe any good developer making an action game should ask this one very simple question. Can the player's stimuli comprehend what is happening on the screen? If the answer is yes, then you're not doing it right. The first of 4 weapons we'll cover in this game are the dual blades. Since they are the first you unlock, they happen to be the most quote-unquote basic. This is reflected with their alternate form, which is just a bigger sword. But then the devs up the intensity a bit with the sword. You can tell because it can turn into a giant fucking power drill. How did we get here? This weapon also grants Yakumo the ability to go into the Y-axis to finally beat the annoying-ass flying enemies that bring me nothing but pain and misery. And then there's the staff. I don't like the staff. Finally, there's the 5 different weapons that apparently qualify as one, their alternate form being more random bullshit you found from the dumpster at the back of an IKEA. You unlock these last because they absolutely annihilate the power scaling in this game because of how good they are. My god, Yakumo, those people had families. If it feels like I'm skipping over a lot, that's because I am, but don't worry, because there's still the, 29 different skills Yakumo can unlock that I haven't even mentioned. There is also the fact that every weapon has their own unique skills you need to unlock, all of which do different things but are bound by the same inputs, which definitely has not messed me up before and is definitely not confusing. If this is starting to get overwhelming, don't worry, because there is still a whole other character with a completely different playstyle to learn. Okay, let's just start simple. The basics. Step 1. See enemy. Step 2. Kill enemy. Which can be done in a variety of ways. You can use a basic attack, a heavy attack. You can hold heavy attack and unleash a flurry of slashes that reduce enemies down to the fucking molecular level. After dealing enough damage, you can hit Y and activate an obliteration kill, which almost scratches that itch left behind by that one game. If they fight back, then you can block, dodge, and parry. If you get injured, you can use one of the items to heal yourself. Ninja Gaiden 4 even has a mechanic where if you take damage, you can regain some health from attacking the enemy, which entices the player to be more aggressive. Just like that other game that doesn't exist. Please, I am begging, Sony! Okay, got all that down? Good. Cause we're gonna step it up a bit. See that weak-ass nerd over there? Time to go take his lunch money. First, we close the gap by pulling back and pushing forward on the left stick while tapping X with the dual blade equip, but then we realize he's no nerd and is in fact surrounded by his fellow tier 3 gifters, so we hit X and then Y immediately after, which launches him into the air where he can now perform the Azuna drop by hitting X 3 times and then Y, which turns Yakumo into a fucking ICBM, plummeting straight down into the earth, killing the nerd and knocking his fellow Sims off their feet, which gives us enough time to call in a favor from our best friends, the United States military. So we phone a friend and commence a drone strike on innocent civilians, killing them instantly, but then we see that we missed one and we can't have any witnesses, so we switch to the sword, hold left trigger, tap right bumper to close the gap, and then up, up, down, down. Oh well, this is being scored to tracks that have so much testosterone dripping out of them that I'm now 12 weeks pregnant. My god, I am so alive! You may even recognize those sweet chords from the man who does the vocals for that one song from that one game. Hey virgin, not what I'm called. I think I'm into femboys with vaginas. Virgin, still not what I'm called. How do you call those? That's called a woman, you dumb fucking ape. In all seriousness, all of that was done with 5 different combos from 3 weapons. Each weapon has, this many. Holy shit. Not to mention, there's also Berserk mode, which one-shots basic enemies while nuking my bitrate and turning my PC into a fucking ball. So as much as I would love to dive into more, I'm sure you all can understand there is simply no way to do that in a reasonable amount of time. So instead, let me just show you some highlights. And yes, dear viewer, you can parry the giant interdimensional space shark. Whoa, baby, this game is so good! Now either you have a slight grasp on the basics, or you don't. And if you don't, that's alright, because it's about to get so much worse. As someone who has beaten the game thrice, I can safely say that this game has a story. I think. See, I want to recreate the proper Ninja Gaiden experience for you. Thus, I will recap it in a way that replicates the feeling of actually playing the game. At breakneck pacing with minimal writing, that is much more confusing than it should be because I decided to play the 4th game first. So the game starts, and immediately we rack up enough manslaughter charges to land us the Eisen sentence. Then we teleport back in time to when Yakumo was about to rescue his big titty Dami Mommy Gosh Cream from the first ever Tier 4 sub Supermax Goon dungeon, which he does with great ease actually, except for one minor hiccup. What the fuck do you think you're doing, boyo? It is I, Kegurabachi. This might be my only dialogue because I am running out of voices and I don't have any friends, so I can't ask anyone to voice act for me. Are you trauma dumping? Now, Yakumo. Give me back my goddamn streamer. So, Sayori uses a very viable escape method. Oh god, my eyes! And then we flash forward to Tokyo, where the streets are wet and the weebs are aplenty. We're here because we need to destroy the 3 servers that keep Twitch running, so Sayori can successfully go off the grid to unseal the Dark Dragon without alerting her viewers, but as we soon find out, that will be no easy task, as our plan is already leaked and the streets are overrun with her subs who are ready to lay everything down to ensure that doesn't happen. They really need to donate their kids' college fund to their favorite e-girl, okay? This man lost his legs and still refuses to give up. It is here where we are introduced to our very quirky squad consisting of Misaki, who I forgot existed because of how little screen time he has. Then there is the single greatest moral support in all of fiction, Umi Musume.
Yakumo, come over here real quick. Nice work out there. Good to see you, Yakumo. Stay safe out there. Alright.
I believe in Umi supremacy, and I will not tolerate slander. There's also the black market crypto trader who will teach you skills in exchange for Ninja Coin. Yes, that's the actual name. Ahoy there, Yakumo. Can I interest you in some dick pills? Please leave me alone. With their help, we easily blow past the first server and make it to the next one, where we are met with a horrific sight. Alright, listen here, you little fucking crybaby piss boy. This better be good because I had to pause my Discord e-sex for this, and Kitten is very impatient. After remembering how to play the game after a month and disposing of the moderator very easily, you take down the second server and... What the hell was that? Oh right, I forgot to mention, you won't just be fighting DDO officers the entire game. There's also two other kinds of enemies. First being, the actual in fact demons from actual in fact hell. Like from the Bible. And the second being the fiends, who are demons, not to be confused with demons. What is the difference? That's not rhetorical, I'm genuinely asking. This is relevant because after fighting through the Pleasure District and making it to the next shrine, instead of fighting another moderator, you have to fight the goddamn demon guarding it. And I hope you can parry, because if you can't, you're about to be in for a real bad time. This boss is actually quite fun and would be so much more enjoyable if your squad mates would shut the fuck up. Her attacks consist of competitive Dance Dance Revolution and the ability to teleport right next to you. And yes, having a woman appear that close in proximity to you is as horrifying as it sounds. We take care of her very easily because we don't respect women. Then we proceed to the shrine where Sayori and that other guy teleport in. Like seriously, how did they get here? They were not in this shot. But that's not important, so Sayori unseals the artifact, which turns out to be one of the aforementioned weapons that she sealed away years ago to contain the Dark Dragon. She's able to do that because the Dark Dragon's soul resides within her bosom, and no, I did not make that up, that is the actual lore. Don't worry, I'm just as confused as the rest of you. For now, it's our turn to use the ability to teleport, so we end up in the mountains, and we get introduced to new enemies that we'll be using to satiate Yakumo's unending thirst for violence. And commit blasphemy by desecrating sacred statues that Sayori says will put a curse on Yakumo's loved ones. After desecrating one final statue and making it to the top of the mountain, we are greeted by the great pitbull of the peak, who hasn't seen a child in years, and right now you are looking very twinkish, so it will have to make do. Okay, so if I'm being completely honest, this boss is bad. You spend majority of the time running around the arena trying to catch up to the damn thing so you can smack it once or twice, which makes it quite difficult to get cool shots from montage use, but whatever, I'm not salty. God damn it, get back here! It's a real shame too, because it has a goddamn jetpack. Like, who gave the giant demon dog a jetpack? After taking care of Cupcake, Sayori and Misaki once again materialize out of thin air to meet you and unseal the new weapon that I will definitely be using. We then go outside and oh my god, it's happening again. Ho ho, guess who's back, boyo? Don't worry, kittens. Daddy will take care of you. Who the hell was that guy? I really don't know. Well, whatever. You embarrassed me real bad back then, so I brought my dad with me this time so he can teach you a lesson. And that he does. Viciously. The guy from Streets really isn't messing around, okay? So you decide to get the hell out of there through very effective means. Look, it's Sayori. Where? Fuck, I can't believe I fell for that. I'm merely repositioning myself away from you in a manner that just happens to look like me running away. Yahoo! After definitely not getting embarrassed by Father Ryu, we get a very normal and non-horny cutscene where we see, hey, I know her, I played the second game. Yakumo, look, it's Ayane, we could really use her. Fuck off. So she does, and we don't see her for the rest of the game. Yes, really. Did you think I was joking? 5 seconds that Ayane is in this game. God, please let Ayane be in the DLC. Welcome to the sewers. I really don't like the sewer. So, Sayori got her ass eaten, got swallowed whole by the giant space shark that can hop through dimensions, so we gotta go get her. And before you ask about the dimension thing, no, it is not explained, so don't question it, alright? If it's cool, that's all that matters. We follow the same formula as the other areas, only this time you get to deal with the fish. The goddamn fish. But on the bright side, there's also the club with the best song off of the OST. Oh, the music is so good. Before you ask, no, I don't know why there's a club in the sewers, and if you made it this far, you should know you shouldn't be asking questions, alright? Okay, time for the boss. Yeah, I lied. Now we don't see her for the rest of the game. Welcome to the shark fight. The first phase is actually really fun because the shark matches your aggression, and since you can parry, it activates all 3 of my neurons. Then comes phase 2. why did they do this twice? After making some nice sashimi, we find Sayori completely unharmed and very conveniently happen to be right next to the other seal we need to undo. Alright, so we unlock the final weapon and once again use our teleportation abilities to make it back to Twitch HQ, which to the surprise of absolutely nobody is still filled to the brim with Gooncell moderators. So we do the world a favor and solve that problem real quick, and fight our way through the tower until we make it closer to the top. Oh my god. Do you realize what you have done, boyo? Destroying the servers, setting loose the hordes of tier 3 subs into the public. Do you even know the extent of the damage you've caused? Those servers were there to keep them contained, Yakumo. They are vicious creatures that have no comprehension of how the real world works. I suppose that doesn't matter now. It's in the past, but you can still fix this. Give me Sayori, Yakumo. Do the right thing and help me tame the masses. You won't fool me, Kagachi. Don't think I don't know who you are, Mr. Anonymous Top Gifter. So that's how it's gonna be. Okay, so I'd say the Kagachi fight is a bit difficult. I won't lie to you. I'm man enough to admit I had to use my Essence of Rebirth to beat him. Since Kagachi is an actual good boss, instead of running away the entire time like these assholes, Daddy will instead be up close and personal, waiting for his kitten to give him a little treat. You are going to learn very quick that Kagachi has attacks that come out very fast, making it a death sentence to get anywhere near his presence unless you are very confident in your ability to parry. So obviously, a true chud such as myself puts as much distance as humanly possible between the two of us because I am a little crybaby bitch boy, but then comes phase 2 and it turns out Kagachi's been nerfing himself with one arm this entire time, so that strategy is no longer going to be viable. We spare Kagachi out of respect for his true chudness and take 3 steps to the next boss. In this cutscene we learn that in order to undo the final seal, Sayori will have to sacrifice herself as the soul of the dragon resides within her bosom. Obviously, Yakumo struggles deeply with this dilemma because she held our hand once and fuck me, okay, never mind. Don't worry, kitten, as an empath, Daddy can sense you want me to release you from this corporeal realm known as life, and since I am a true Gigachad gentle sir, I will eagerly grant my lady her wish. I merely ask that in turn, my dearest maiden, you could maybe have the sex with me? Achilles then retreats back into his giant testosticle to evolve into a man worthy enough of Sayori's attention. You are now going to bear witness to my true alpha male self, Yakumo. Ow! I hope you are ready, for you are about to die a gruesome death at the hands of a real alpha specimen. Okay, so I'd say the Achilles fight is a bit difficult. I won't lie to you. I'm man enough to admit I had to use my Essence of Rebirth to beat him. I mean, overall, the horny sex demon from Warhammer isn't too bad. His first phase is comprised of pretty standard attacks you should be used to by now. Minus the grab attack. It's phase 2 when things start going bananas. Achilles can spawn 3 clones of himself, all of whom will proceed to play interdimensional Tetris all over your ass. He also has one attack that takes over 90% of the arena, and no, I do not know how I face tank that. Never in my stupid baka Alpha Chungus life would I have ever expected to be defeated by a Void. I guess I underestimated your T levels. You are no fake cell, Yakumo. Stand proud. I really hope you all like the Achilles fight because you get to immediately do it again! But as you keen-eyed viewers may have noticed, we are no longer our normal depressed twink self. Instead, we have finally evolved into a magnificent testosterone-filled shutterfly. That's right, bitches. It's the moment you've all been waiting for. It's the guy from Street Fighter!
Hey there, everybody!
After finally evolving into the perfect alpha specimen and violating Achilles, seriously, you can't die. You proceed to rescue the damsel in distress, who, like all women I come in contact with, is so intimidated by the chud-maxing aura surrounding us, it makes her depressed. Damn, girl, you depressed? I have that effect on women. In all honesty, this segment is pure fan service, and no, I'm not complaining. And no, I definitely do not care about the valid criticism of how we fight the exact same bosses again, but this time as Ryu. And no, I don't care how it basically adds nothing to the story. You wanna know why? Because after 18 years, Ryu has finally learned how to sprint.
Oh, he going so fucking fast!
Unrelated, but how do I manage to break every single game I play? Are you fucking— Anyways, can you stop being depressed now? You're really bringing down the vibes.
Why do you care?
Okay. After placing all of the seals Yakumo will undo in a few years, we jump forward in time to the present, and Ryu finally makes his way to the tower. Where the fuck has he been for the past— Where he sees a depressed twink and his big titty Dami mommy. Then he fights his way further up the tower. How big is this goddamn building? Surely now at the top, he hallucinates a dead woman who gives him a magic rock that somehow carries over into the real world, and then we switch back to Yakumo because this is his game, where we finish grieving Sayori, and then we fight through the tower. Stop me if you've seen this one before, until we finally make it up there with Ryu, and man, I hope you are ready for a real challenge, because Daddy Ryu is here, and he's not about to hold back. Okay, so I'd say the Ryu fight is a bit difficult. As you probably noticed, Ryu can use all the same techniques that Yakumo can, meaning yes, he can in fact Azuna drop your bitch ass, which has gotta be one of the most disrespectful moves a boss has ever done to me in a video game. I'd say Ryu is a bit similar to Kagachi, in the sense that they both have you on your knees begging for mercy during their second phase. I know he's supposed to be testing you, but wouldn't it make more sense to work together instead of making Yakumo the world's most bottomest bottom? Anyways, we lock in after being brought back from the dead and defeat Ryu, where we are finally acknowledged by the king of all chuds and get our reward, which is the magic rock he got after manipulating space and time. We combine it with a thingy that I think Sayori gave to us. I genuinely do not remember. In turn, it turns into another sword that you get to use for the last 30 minutes of the game, which is why I didn't mention it back then, and it is still objectively worse than the mech arms. It is now time to have our final battle with the Dark Dragon. After all we have been through, after our abilities were thoroughly tested, and after a sacrifice was made, we are now ready to vanquish it once and for all. Oh my god, that was really easy. What the fuck? I see.
Please! The soul of the Dark Dragon is inside Goku. Please.
I can't believe the resolution of the game is that you have to genuinely kill yourself, but that's just the price it takes to be a true chud-maxing gigasur in a void cell-ass world surrounded by fake cells. But that matters not, for with our newfound power, we can all unite and be true chuds together, listening to AI-generated music with our AI girlfriend locked in the fucking goon jar. What is this?
Look, now we're really vibing.
My mental state is severely declining. Please God, just end the video.